What is going on YouTube? It is your boy J-Man. And look, y'all, today I'm coming back with another video. Now look, before we do anything, y'all know the vibes, man. Glove motion all 2025. You know the vibes, man. Hey, before we do anything, appreciate all of y'all for the level of support. Even for the ones who don't like me, I know you still watching. Y'all make sure to like and subscribe button. You know what I'm saying? We're on the 5K subs. Now look, today, this video really is happening because people in my community, like I be in like my group chat, my party chats, and we just be talking. And I want to make this video because I'm talking to them, and I just have opinions everywhere, right? And when it comes about, once again, 2K, there's a lot that I have to say because there's a lot of things that people are talking about, asking these questions about things like that. And then we got comments to read. So really this video is happening because of people in my community. I talk to them and I'm just getting the vibe of this need to be talked about. It need to be said. Like it need to be said. Like I'm talking to them and they're like, yeah, like nobody not saying nothing. You see what I'm saying? So if it was for my community, y'all probably wouldn't be getting this video. Even though I love making my content, right? When it comes, like I told you, when it comes to the like talking about 2K stuff, I get tired of it. But the fact that what I dealt with yesterday, right, and I have people in my community witness it with me, you know, I feel like I have a lot of things I want to say. You see what I'm saying? So before we do anything, like I said, appreciate all of y'all, and let's get to the video. And again, if we don't get to every comment, when we get to comments, right, we will do another video. So we, you know, once again, read a lot of comments. So yeah, you know, oh, you didn't see my comment, Jay. You know what I'm saying? You mad, bro. Like, it's none of that, bro. If I don't get to everybody's comment, it is what it is, bro. And who knows, I might extend this video. You see what I'm saying? But look, without further ado, let's get it popping, man. You know what I'm saying? Let's go. All right, y'all. I hope y'all can hear me. Now, look, let's get it started. Now, look, we first going to cover this RNG talk, okay? Now, look, there's a lot of people right now in the community that are saying, man, listen, man, RNG is killing NBA 2K25, and it shouldn't be in the game. You know, it's ruining the experience of multiplayer modes, right? I'll be the first one to tell y'all, I definitely agree. But not only do I agree with that, I feel like RNG is not only in shooting. I feel like RNG is in everywhere in the game. I feel like it's in defense. I feel like it's in rebounding. I feel like it's in player movement. And y'all can call me crazy, but how many times does my player act like he can't catch a basketball on this game? How many times does that happen? Almost every single game. And I don't want to hear, oh, it's because y'all got low playmaking and things like that. There's people that legit have 95, 99, you know, pass accuracy. And some people still, they throw the ball out of bounds. It's based, you're not considering tell me that a person that has put an attribute to a level to where it's supposed to, you know, be better than just the normal, you know, number of the attribute. Like somebody said, they put like an 83, you know, pass accuracy, but somebody put a 99 pass accuracy. Okay, there should be a big difference in that. Okay, but this game has so much RNG in it to where, bro, you're like, what is the point of putting a 99, right, if you're not going to get the experience of the 99, you know, attribute? See what I'm saying? Then when we talk about rebounding, now I'm talking about things at a basic level. I'm not talking about, you know, people that are so-called elite at thing. I'm talking about basic level basketball fundamentals, okay, when we talk about NBA 2K25. I'm not talking about people that are so-called elite at the game, you know what I'm saying? Which is kind of rare now in times, right? But look, back to what I was saying. When I see rebounding, okay, because 2K likes to go in this, you know, realistic movement and things like that, how your player moves. So, bro, the game's not realistic. When it comes to player movement, 2K, they try to make that realistic, right? But one thing I would tell is one game, if I get on my center who is 7'1", 260, right? One game he can go and grab 20 and 20. Then the next game, it's like the ball is not, it's like I could be in perfect position to rebound the basketball. And instead of my center getting the rebound, it's like the ball will go to where my center can't get to it, right? To where it helps the other guy, right? Whoever the other big, whoever's, you know, playing up against me, right, is able to get the rebound when he's not doing things the right way. So meaning if I'm boxing him out, right, and the ball goes to him, but he hasn't boxed me out, like that's wrong. Y'all so bro, you know, that happens in real life, but this is a video game. This is what y'all gotta understand. In a video game, you know, that shouldn't happen, bro. And it doesn't happen like, oh, like that's like once in a time. It happens consistently to where these things, which, you know, in my opinion, kills the experience, makes a player not want to play the game, right? Now, I will say this. When it comes to people putting these builds with 97 and 99 three ball, yes, they take dumb shots, right? And yes, some of them are just horrible shooters, right? But I will speak from a person who shot with a 77 3 ball. Now that cat breakers have been available, I've now took Cody's 3 ball to like what, an 82 or something like that, or an 81 3 ball, right? But Cody has shot, and if y'all know what I'm talking about, that's why I give my players' names, right? My shooting guard Cody, right, who's a combo shooting guard, he's 6'6", has shot 51% from the 3-point line, combined out of every season that's been in the game so far, right? So that right there alone should be okay. This guy can shoot the ball, right? It's not. We're not talking about. Nobody's saying he is an elite shooter. Nobody's saying I'm an elite shooter. What I'm saying is, if I'm able to shoot that high of a percent, right, from the 3-point range, nobody's gonna sit here and tell me, right? Oh, now you're just a bad shooter, Jay. That's false. I shot 50% from the 3-point line on my player. You see what I'm saying? So that right there is false. However, like I said before, another thing that I feel like is ruining the game. I told you this before. All of these shot timings. So when you got RNG everywhere, and not only just in shooting, but when you got 20 million, 35 billion, whatever you want to call it. Yeah, I know I'm over exaggerating, but you get the point. There's so many shot timings in the game. I feel like that is hurting once again the player experience, to where you got to think about it, right? A lot of people want to talk about why people stop playing 2K. If you get on the game and you're experiencing these things that I'm talking about, right? These are things that make you kind of like, okay, starting to get irritated, right? Because one, the game speed, we've already covered how the game speed is insanely too slow. Two, you have no control over your my player. And three, you have this RNG BS happening not only on offense, but everywhere, any part on both sides of the ball, right? Offense, defense, playmaking, this RNG everywhere, right? Even on free throws, there's been times to where you can have a high free throw and it will say 99 free throw, and you still can miss. Even though you released a free throw and it says 99, you're gonna miss it. But if you have a free throw and you go and you shoot like a 12% free throw, it will go. And it's like, it's backwards, bro, right? And it shouldn't be like that. But that, in my opinion, is why I feel like there are so many games that when it's taking place into the rec center, that it's going into overtime or it's a close game, because there's so much RNG, not only, like I said, into the offense, but everywhere on the game, to where there's not going to be like a side to where, okay, y'all about to just lose by 80. You see what I'm saying? Because the game is not going to allow, I don't care how good you are, the game is not going to allow you to perform the, style or the way you think you should perform at a high level. You see what I'm saying? So if you feel like you got a 99-3 and you should be able to make about 8 or 9 3-pointers, 2K's not going to let you do that. You see what I'm saying? There's going to be a time to where you're going to be missing wide open. You still going to be missing shots, right? To where you're going to get irritated. So you're going to be, okay, bro, what's the point of me putting 99-3? But that's my point, right? Now, this next part, before I do this, I'm going to shout out people in my community, because if it wasn't for them, y'all probably wouldn't be getting this video, right? Shout out to T, shout out to Mr. Toxic Black, shout out to Paige, shout out to Draco, shout out to Midnight, you know what I'm saying? People that, be in my group chat and they just, chop it up with me and things like that. So last night, I was, actually, no, it was 2 days ago. I was running with Black and T. And by the way, for the ones who were in my chat saying like, oh, because I remember I made a video back in season 1 and I claimed, I told you, I said, bro, skill-based matchmaking is not in 2K. I knew when they got rid of it. And a lot of y'all were saying, nah, bro, they didn't get rid of it. Well, bro, last night, right after I ran with T and Black, which was 2 days ago, I was like, let me just get a couple of games in to see how the game moving. You know what I'm saying? And by the way, I have ran into a couple more subs. By the way, shout out to them if they ever see this video. You know what I'm saying? But I was in the party chat, but I was sharing my screen so Black could see. And I lost 6 games in a row. Mind you, like when I tell you my player Cody was out there fighting, there were games to where he had over almost 30 points and almost 10 steals, right? Not saying that's an elite performance. What I'm saying, he's out there showing the effort to where, okay, you shouldn't be losing this game. You see what I'm saying? To where like it was like that. And the part of the problem, no matter if I played on my shooting guard build, no matter what, if I played on my center build, dog, the same issue occurred. I got 6 point guards in a row who all played the same. Now, Black was in the party chat when I was dealing with this. By the way, y'all make sure I go check out people out in my community, especially people like I said, like TTV Ballin 24. That's your YouTube channel. Mr. Toxic Black, YouTube, right? Shout out to them, right? I'm pretty sure Paige and Draco. they really not, making content like that. So, but, it's all love to them always. I'm talking so fast. So, but check out my point, right? Same thing with Midnight 2, right? But yeah, so I'm talking to Black, and I'm like, bro, you see why I don't go live stream no more? You see what I'm saying? And he's like, yeah, like you get the worst people. And I'm like, okay, we can convince that, because if I was streaming last night, it would have been viral. Okay, if I was streaming this game last night, the stream would have had about probably over 10,000 views. So, Jim, why you say that? Because the amount of times to where I was so irritated, I was done. I was like, bro, like you can't be serious, right? The views would have went up because of people can relate to what I was going through, which was, in solo rec. Because and the reason why I was so more like irritated is because I told me, I was like, bro, they been got rid of skill-based matchmaking. People kept telling me, nah, this guy just talking. And I'm like, nah, bro, it's gone. You see what I'm saying? 2K legit put at least 6 games in a row. They put guards on my team who shoot 20%. I kid you guys not. Black is my witness, okay? Mr. Toxic Black is my witness, okay? 2K put 6 point guards on my team. I'm talking about different, like, okay, one game you lose, okay, the next one. That's what I'm talking. I'm not talking about just one. I'm talking about you lose one game, the next game, third game, fourth game, fifth game, all different players. Every single time they paired me with a guard who shot 20%. Mind you, I was on my center. So okay, I was like, okay, maybe it's because I'm on my center. If I get on my shooting guard build, maybe, I won't get, that experience. Comes to find out, I get on Cody's build, it's the same BS. But what's more frustrating is all of these guards are doing the same thing. So I asked, I'm like, Black, and mind you, and I kid you guys not, based on my experience, every person on the team that I played last night that was paired on my team when I was playing among my players, they were all old heads, bro. And I told you guys about old heads. Now, before y'all go in the comments and see, bro, you always be complaining about old heads, but it's kids too. Let me explain this to you. Before you put a dumb comment, like I said, this is based on my experience and my opinion. You guys don't see the things that I deal with because I don't stream this game for a reason, because it's not a healthy game to stream, especially if you're passionate and you're competitive. It's not a healthy game to stream, right? So for once you're out there like, bro, like I love basketball and I'm competitive and I want to start doing content, don't stream this game because you're going to make yourself very sick. And I'm like being serious. Like you're going to make yourself very sick, okay? If you stream NBA 2K25, right? But I'm like, Black, every old head that has been paired on my team, they all play this thing. They're all playing bad. And I'm like, why do you think this is the case? Right? And Black said something that like it was not only facts, but it was like, I should have thought of this, right? Black said everybody in the rec pretty much is like, he said basically the rec at this point nowadays is a YMCA gym. It pretty much is, right? You go in there, everything's unexpected. And when people play the way they play, it's okay, what do you expect? But this is something that I feel like is sad, bro. Because 9 times out of 10, when I get into it with somebody, when I'm playing in the rec or preview grounds, they're grown men. They're not kids, bro. They're grown men who are trash, okay? I'm talking about at a basic basketball IQ level, okay? We're not talking about being the lead at the game. We're talking about basic basketball IQ. That's what we're talking about here. Every time last night, okay? I'm currently on a 6-game losing streak, right? Every time I played last night, there was old heads. Y'all, bro, I don't understand this because, and the reason why I don't understand this, right? Even the fact that Black did explain it to me, because I even told Black, I was like, Black, but I don't understand because when I was young, I was, at one point, I never played defense the way I played it now. Like, when I was young, back like 2K16 or 2K18 days, I wouldn't play defense. I didn't care about playing defense. I just cared about scoring the ball because I was in that kid stage of, bro, I just want to get on the game and score the most points. See what I'm saying? I never cared about defense, especially when I was playing my day ones. Once, like I said, I stopped playing my day ones and I realized and I joined the actual, a pro team that I wasn't going to get opportunities until I played defense. And I told Black, so I was like, this is what made me, become a so-called better understanding of, being, understanding the game of 2K more, right? Of understanding what you're supposed to do at a certain position, at a certain role, right? I had to go through these things. But I was like, But I don't understand how these guys get older and they're not even NBA or G League level talent. I mean, it's sad. And what makes it sad is, you know, I criticize people, right? If I'm playing 2K and I'm playing, let's say I'm at the shooting guard position, and the first three possessions, you throw my shooting guard the ball, right? Especially the PG, because PGs tend to do this, right? They'll throw my shooting guard the ball, which is Cody, my shooting guard build, right? And they'll try to basically, you gotta ISO to score. So Cody gonna have to ISO to get his, right? Meaning there's no creativity whatsoever, right? It's strict ISO ball. Meaning I'm not saying nothing. Now, and people in my community can say, so, but yeah, Jay May, he be playing in a rec, and every time he plays, he has to ISO to score because the PG is unable to create anything. The PGs that I get, and they're all old heads, right? On my experience. Maybe for some of y'all probably don't get this, but my experience is all old heads, right? Bro, they will legit take the ball, run to the corner, and watch the team struggle. Now it's about the fifth possession. I'm like, bro, please stop forcing me the ball, right? The reason why I'm saying that is because it's not going to work. Because people tend to get mad like, oh, bro, why do you keep taking this shot? What do you expect when you're playing on a team where a guard is having a hard time doing anything? What do you expect the shooting guard to do? Just hold the ball? No, he's going to try to get a bucket. See what I'm saying? But it's like old heads they be talking like they used to play in the league or something. And it's like, dog, y'all can't do basic things. A backdoor cut, obvious, can't read it, right? Can't guard their man whatsoever. Then when they shit the bed, then they want to go to, I don't play the game as much. And then after the game, you see they done played over 700 games. But they got a 20-something win percent, and they shoot, 20% for three-point line. And it's like, bro, but y'all be trying to sit here and tell me, right, that there is no more skill-based matchmaking, that skill-based matchmaking is still in the game, right? And that I'm just complaining. That's what I'm saying. If it wasn't for people in my community, I wouldn't be making this video, right? But I'm making this video because things like this should not get ignored, bro, right? And as much as I want to say, well, J Mick, that's content creators' fault because remember they were complaining about skill-based matchmaking because again, like I said before, season 1 when the game was first out, I said, bro, skill-based matchmaking, I could understand why people didn't like it. Like, of course, it should never been in the park to begin with, right? But I said, bro, a rec and proving grounds, you cannot take it out of that because you're gonna put players in a bad situation to where they're going to lose. I don't care how good they are because you put them with people who don't understand what they're doing. And when they don't understand what they're doing, they're hurting the team. And when they're hurting the team, that's a losing style of basketball. You see what I'm saying? And when it's a losing style of basketball, you get blamed for their play, right? Cody one game had almost 30 points and 10, like I said, he had 30 points and 10 steals, still dropped the status, bro, because he was on the losing end of the team. You see what I'm saying? But it wasn't like Cody's man was frying him. It was the fact that you put a PG on the team, didn't know what he was doing. You put a center on the team who was a inside, who couldn't rebound the ball whatsoever, who had no post game whatsoever, who was a liability on the court, right? Like I said to the guy the other day, I was like, bro, are you an inside big? The guy said, yeah, I'm on an inside big. I said, okay, bro, you're going to have to go in the paint and work inside the post. There's no reason for you to sit outside the paint and act like you're a threat from shooting the basketball when the other team knows you cannot shoot the ball, right? The guy says, how am I a liability? I said, I just explained it to you, bro. You cannot shoot, let alone you have no free throw, right? So the best thing you could do is try to go in the paint and do something. Because you put your offense all on close shot and standing dunk, right? So at some point you got to utilize that. You can't just even though that I got a 25 3 and a 20 and probably about a 30 mid range with a low free throw, these guys not gonna know that I'm not a shooter. Even though the fact that before the game, not before the game, but during the game, it shows who can and who cannot hit shots, right? It literally shows that, right? So I don't want to hear that, oh, well, bro, they don't know I can't shoot. Yes, they do. People look at this stuff and they know you can't shoot. But this is what I'm talking about. And I'm glad Black said this, right? He said it's just like the YMCA. He said it's basically a YMCA mode, right? It's a bunch of old heads, right, who don't understand what they're doing. And nobody, like I said, nobody can tell me how I'm supposed to feel because you were not playing the games that I was paired in on my map list, whether it was on Cody's build, whether it was on Rich's build, who was my center, right? Y'all see my center, Richie, who's out here balling, okay? But like I said, bro, it's things like this to where why are these things getting ignored? And it's like people are trying to fast forward to NBA 2K26. Like, bro, we're not skipping past these issues with this game. RNG should, I don't even know why that was like, bro, that Mike Wang, come on now. And I know people say, well, bro, Mike Wang put out a post saying shouldn't be in the game. Right, but that should not lead up to the agreement of, yeah, this is what we're going to do. That should not be the only case. Because clearly people in the community, they don't really care as much. You know what I'm saying? But this is my point, right? This is my point that I'm going to go back to. Just like I said, y'all can blame, like, bro, it's the content creators' fault, right? Y'all know that skill-based matchmaking in these modes that you wanted, right? But this is why I say I can't just blame the content creators. I got to look at that dev team, bro. Because if the dev team would once again understand the experience, then maybe even if the content creators were saying what they were saying, like, yo, listen, take out skill-based matchmaking. They're like, okay, we're going to take it out the park, right, and stage, right? But for the rec and proving grounds, that's probably got to stay. We're going to take it out of Prime too, right? Because I understand it can get very kind of irritating, right? But for random rec, especially random rec, okay? You can take it out of even squad rec. But for random rec, you should have kept skill-based matchmaking. Because for the players out there who don't have a team, who don't have a squad, right? Before anybody puts a dumb comment saying, "Oh, see, that's the problem. You don't got people to play with." That's cap. I'm a content creator. I got numerous times where I have people that invite me all the time to run with me, right? I just know the experience of the ones who don't have that team to where they don't use their voice to speak on the experience. So now I got to go and take my talents to prove to y'all how the experience is by explaining to y'all why things are bad, right? And why things are why it failed in the game, right? So like I said before, it shouldn't have been every mode, but for random rec, you cannot take out skill-based matchmaking because you're forcing, the only way you can take out skill-based matchmaking for random rec is if your status system wasn't broken. If that wasn't broken, then yeah, it didn't matter, right? And the reason why I say that is because based on how you perform, that's all that should matter in random rec. If you're playing with randoms, why 2K are you going to punish somebody when they have no control over what the other player is doing? Why somebody can? That's what I'm saying. But this things that I get really frustrated with the devs to where I'm not gonna be professional, bro. Because these are things to where you should know the community. There's people, they legit get on the game, they gonna sell for no reason. They gonna legit sell the game for no reason. And guess what? You can't do nothing about it because guess what, 2K devs? If you quit the game, you get banned, right? If you stay in the game and you ball out, you're gonna drop status because you're on the losing side of the team. See what I'm saying? You lost the game. So it's things like this to where I can't just blame content creators about why skill-based matchmaking is gone. I gotta look at that dev team as well, bro, right? And I even explained this to Black. I was like, but Black, if the dev team would understand the experience of these online modes that are historically bad, okay? Because when I say, y'all, that NBA 2K25, is not only the worst 2K of all time, in my opinion, but it is one of the worst video games, in my opinion. It is that bad. I've never played a video game as bad as this one to where the game will legit make you sick, bro. It will legit make you sick, right? But yeah, like I said, bro, I gotta look at that dev team, and this is why I'm not gonna be professional. The status system should have been fixed by now, right? Y'all know I made a video about status 2K24, and I've been saying, I was like, bro, why do you blame others when they have no control for how others play, bro? Why something that represents my players is taken from me because this guy don't understand basketball. The center doesn't know how to box this guy out, right? The PG doesn't know how to create any offense. He, let alone, can't get himself open. You see what I'm saying? Why am I getting blamed for how these guys play? For how these guys have no knowledge of the game of basketball, right? For how they can't play defense. Why am I getting blamed for how they play? I have no control over that, right? But these are just things that, it shouldn't be a problem anymore, right? And like I said, if we don't get the comments, I'm going to do it in the next video. But like I said, man, it's things like that gets ignored when it comes to this game that shouldn't get ignored, bro, right? I don't know why and I know why nobody talks about it, because the average content creator nowadays, they're running with a 5 to where that's not their problem anymore. And that's what I'm saying. I could easily do that, but I understand that's not fair, right? I understand there's people that don't have a team and they deal with BS that gets ignored. That's why I'd be like, bro, why? If some of y'all watch the videos, you would understand where I'm coming from. I'm not just talking just to talk. I'm talking for the ones who are not going to talk, unfortunately, because they're afraid of views and nobody's going to see the video, right? Well, I already clearly prove it doesn't matter about views, things like that, right? But like I said before, bro, things like that right that I just explained should not be issues, but they are. And these are things that are killing the game, right? To where it runs the customer away from the product. Because nowadays, if if I'm not having fun, not even just me, but if a regular person is not having fun on a game, they go play something else, bro. Right? And that is the case for 2K. You know how many times where I got into it with an old head and they talk about some, yeah, bro, I should have went and got on Black Ops, or I should have went and got on COD or Warzone, right? But that's what it is, right? That's what it is. But some of these, like some of these old heads, they're just absolutely terrible, bro. I mean, it's sad. Like, I mean, basic stuff. I've legit seen somebody get almost 40 dropped on them on backdoor cuts. And instead of them reading what's going on, they're just ball watching. But if you say something to them, you're looked at as a complainer, or you take this game serious. But after the game, like I said, after the game, they claim they don't take the game serious, or they don't play the game as much. They have played over 700 rec games, and they have a 20-something%, but they don't play the game as often. They don't take the game serious, right? So, I mean, it's a lose-lose situation, right? But I'm tired of things like this getting ignored. I really am, because like I said, these are issues. These are issues that could have easily been fixed. These are issues that could have been looked at. It wouldn't have took that much time, in my opinion, because it's just understanding the player experience, right? It's understanding it's why people are, irritated, why they are frustrated when they're playing in the rec or other modes like a proving grounds, right? It's things like that. It's understanding the community, and that's something that the devs don't understand. I'm not talking about what should be in the game. I'm talking about what's the issues with the game. The devs don't understand because they don't play this to understand, hey, why is that guy so hostile? You see what I'm saying? When you don't understand, and again, why is the ban system still in the game? Why is if you leave a game, you're getting banned? Like, because that's how Salvador, bro. If 2K puts you on a bad team, Jay, why don't you just leave? Because you get banned. Everybody knows this. That's what I'm saying. It's the dumbest system ever, right? Because you have no control over the outcome, over your experience. It's like 2K controls that for you. And that's just what's going to run away customers to where they're not going to want to play. And that's why, once again, the game is falling off a major cliff, right? Because these things are things that are going to make you like, I'm done. I'm done. You see what I'm saying? Black even told me last night, right? You might as well just get off the game. It's going to be the same thing. I kid you guys not. But other than that, I'm going to catch y'all later, bro. Let me help you with some comments. I know we didn't get the comments today, but like I said, I had a lot to say. And I'm, like I said, it's very disappointing to see these things not getting talked about anymore. But I'm going to use my voice and speak how I feel. Other than that,